The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, thank you for taking the time to watch the presentation on the Guatemala Papaya Project. This is Alex Wilson, CEO of Precious Timber, and we appreciate very much your interest in the project. Let's get straight to it. Precious Timber has been in the Central American region now for more than a decade, primarily in Nicaragua. Our recent alliance and partnership with the Rainforest Alliance has set a new standard, set a new track for us, if you will, as we move across the region, moving into Guatemala currently, and then Costa Rica, Colombia, Panama, into Ecuador, Belize. Most likely, we have a partnership underway and discussions with a coconut grower in Guyana, definitely Belize and Mexico in the coming years. So Precious Timber's footprint is going to really move along into both Central and South America. Our company focus has always been the same. We're an impact investment company. Our main goals are to alleviate the growing pressure on global forests and climate concerns. We like to work to empower rural farming communities and provide a meaningful social impact to the farmers and their families. We like to grow and protect and promote sustainable wildlife corridors as we process through the additional acres that we plant. And we're very big on connecting people, investing in people for the betterment of mankind. How do we do that? What do? We do that by growing and managing sustainable tropical timberland and agri-crops. Today we're talking about our current expansion, which is a large-scale papaya project for export reasons, coming to the U.S. mostly. In the future, we are looking at here, in the very near future, a certified specialty cacao, avocado, and mango operation in various parts of the region. Also, some very unique short-term plays, a short-term cattle play, a short-term value-added lumber play too is on our books. And we've recently acquired the Latin American distribution rights for an organic fertilizer. So we're very excited about some of the growth plans that we have. We always try to keep our conservative approach. We're not high-risk investors as a corporation. We focus on established high-value commodities. We like to partner with local farmers that have proven experiences in the fields in which they work. We prefer to own the underlying asset itself, the dirt. We're very big on real estate ownership, farmland real estate, and also diversification by geography and crop selection. So today we're talking about the fruit of the angels, as it's called, the papaya fruit, which of course is in many, many different products now across many different uncorrelated industries. We could go down the list. You're probably familiar with how popular the papaya is, especially in the Asian and Latin American communities in North America. That's one of the reasons that the demand in North America is growing rapidly and exponentially is due to the Asian marketplace and the Latino marketplace. As we look at the different products here, let's talk about the papaya itself. It is now ranked 4th in total tropical fruit production after bananas, oranges, and mangoes. It's a spherical or pear-shaped fruit, depending on many farming practices, protocol systems, climate, location, geographical location. They can be as long as 20 inches. I mean, the ones we're growing are very, very large indeed. The ones found in the marketplace, obviously, are generally maybe half that size or less, weighing around a pound a piece, whereas the larger ones can weigh up to 3 pounds. The fruit contains papain, which is an enzyme that helps digest proteins. This enzyme can be extracted to make digestive enzyme dietary supplements, and it's used as an ingredient in some chewing gums. Papayas offer not only a luscious taste, but they're rich in sources of antioxidant nutrients, vitamin C, flavonoids, vitamin B, folate acid, and also other minerals like potassium, copper, magnesium, and fiber. I popped online to take a look at a few of the health benefits, and this is one website, organicfacts.net. Obviously, it states the dietary fiber is high, and the carbohydrates are low, calories are low. Various minerals, as we've mentioned, vitamins too. Of course, there's a lot of health claims along the lines of the health food industry. We're not going to get into any of that today, but the papaya is basically a very, very popular fruit today. Let's take a look at a couple of facts. It's a tree-like plant. When fully grown, it can be anywhere between 16 and 30 feet tall. They grow in three sexes. The plant grows in three sexes, male, female, and hermaphrodites. The male produces the pollen, the female a small inedible fruit. And in commercial orchards like the one we're planting, they're basically all hermaphrodites. The fruit is a type of berry, and the plant can produce as many as 125 fruits per season. We have a very limited opportunity here indeed for private owners. We're currently planting about 720 acres, and we're making 120 acres of this available to private ownership. That would work out to 26-acre parcels. We have 6-acre parcels. We have 3-acre parcels. So very limited number, considering that we have more than 100 serious requests of interest from people such as yourself. So it's unlikely that we'll be able to accommodate everyone at this time in the Papaya Project. Where will we be planting? We'll be planting in the very northern part of Guatemala, in an area called Petén, which is primarily agricultural. There are some, visitor sites, some holidaymaker sites, like the old city of Guatemala, and then you've got the northern Mayan ruins and the beautiful forests, protected forest areas. But in between Mexico and Belize is the area of Guatemala that we'll be working in. It's a country of I believe 16 million people, and most of them are in the southern part of the country. In the northern part, it's just rural and farming. Very, very vast areas of luscious soils, and one of the largest places in Central America that grows and exports its product to the U.S. Fabulous, rich soils with high nutrients, volcanic sort of soils, if you wish. Tremendous weather patterns, lots of rain, and so the conditions are perfect for farming. Here you'll see from our grower from seasons past how they plant the papayas. This is just newly planted here, all irrigated, and very quickly do these plants start producing. Obviously, it's a fast-growing plant, and by month 9 will be the first picking of the fruits, and then that will continue for another 14 or 15 or 16 months or so before they're taken out and replaced. Here's a quick shot, a video shot of a small section of the farm. This is from last season, and very, very healthy production, great crop, and off to the U.S. As you can see, high quality is our growers' sort of motto, and so the time and the processes that are in place have been perfected to grow literally the very, very best fruits. From there, obviously, they're picked, and that's all done by hand. Then they're put into crates. From there, the crates go to the processing facility, and the fruits are washed first. Then they're once they're dried, they're hand wrapped in paper. A little sticker is put on each one, the Maya Fresh brand. They're packaged into the boxes, and from there they go to the warehouse. One last look, one last oversight, and then into the containers. And off those containers go to the U.S. Everything is FDA approved, and as I mentioned, currently 720 acres under this plan, with 120 acres available to private ownership. We have two lot size options, 3-acre plot with 1,750 plants at $55,000, 6-acre plot, 3,500 plants, $100,000. So at the $100,000 position, you do get a little bit more bang for your buck. Any multiples above 100, we'll take them in $50,000 increments. So if somebody wanted 9 acres, for example, that would be $150,000. As I mentioned, the plants produce their first fruits in around 9 to 10 months, and the fruits are going to be sold by the case. Our buyer pays us $10.02, so that was last year. It'll be most likely higher this year. But $10.02 is the number that we're using in the projections for a 32-pound case. Then on the local market, which I'll get to in a second, the fruits are much smaller because they're higher up the tree. As the plant gets older, that price per case is $3.70. We expect the first dividend to clients somewhere between month 15 and month 18. So let's take a look at the numbers. If you're interested in pursuing your interest further and would like to be considered and put on the reservation consideration list, we're not a sales organization. We don't have sales people, so there's no heavy, hey, you have to get involved now. Obviously, this is a very sought after product. But I take all the calls. I make all the decisions as to who it is that we take on as a client. We're very fortunate as a company that we can pick and choose our clients. Just like our clients, we tell people, make sure that you do your due diligence. There are a lot of promoters in this business that have little to no skin in the game themselves. And so if you're going to invest in agriculture, do what we do. We pick our clients ourselves, and you should pick your companies to work for you. So here's a 6-acre parcel as an example. You'll see those 3 arrows. We work in 3-year cycles, a planting year, and of course that takes up 4 to 6 to 7 months from start to finish, and then sometime after that, 9 months after the planting is started, you'll have a harvesting year. And that lasts for about 15 months, as I said, and then we go into a rebalancing year. So it's a 3-year cycle, 1, 2, 3. This is a 6-acre plot, $100,000 plot, 3,500 trees with fruits being sold at export at $10.02 and locally at $3.70 per box. The number of cases per tree is the next line, 6.75 cases per tree on the export size and 4 cases per tree on the local market side. As the plant gets taller and taller, the fruits get smaller and smaller. The weight of the stem can't hold the big fruits, and so the fruits are smaller. They're not suitable for export quality, so they are sold to the local Guatemala marketplace. The price, as I mentioned, $10.02 to the export buyer, $3.70 to the local buyer. The gross sales at the end of that cycle, obviously we have 2 years to be taking that, so you add those 2 numbers together. That's the gross sales. We deduct the local income tax for you ahead of time before distribution. Also deduct the export fee in red. Then we deduct our crop care for that particular plot. Then we have to recapitalize, so we have to replant again for you. So our replanting costs coming out of your revenue costs are there. Our management fee is after all of those costs, net of those costs. And then the profit margin, the return on the investment for the client, 42,542 projected in the second year, another $9,000 in the third year, equaling a 42% return in the second year, a 9% return in the third year. But if you kind of calculate all that out on an annualized basis, you'll have a 21% return for year 1 and 2, and then a 9% return for year 3. And as we go down to the bottom, how does that all look on an annualized basis? That annualized is out at around 17% per year. So request from us this spreadsheet together with our private placement offering documents if you'd like to be put on the reservation consideration list. We right now have you on an interest list. You were given a number by our client liaison manager, Kevin Bird. As the interests came in, we gave everyone a number. We're now moving from that interest list number to a reservation consideration number. Some people will not be interested. Some people would like to go further and get more detailed investment information. They'd like to talk through this with myself. I'm the only person that we have as our liaison between us and clients. I like to do that so that there's, you get it from the horse's mouth. And so if you'd like to move from someone on the interest list to someone on the reservation consideration list, we're making that and compiling that list as of today. We're doing that also in numerical order of receipt of email. So email us, if you will, to info@precioustimber.com, info@precioustimber.com. Share with us on that email that you are interested in being considered a client, and let us know maybe the size plot that you would be thinking of, a 3-acre plot, a 6-acre plot, a 9-acre plot, or whatever. Once again, send that email to info@precioustimber.com. Once we receive that, we will forward to you the copy of the private placement memorandum. We must have some information on file first from you, so you'll be receiving a questionnaire from our client liaison manager, Kevin Bird. The documents will be sent to you after that. You'll review the offering documents, and then we will arrange a couple of option times for you to speak with me personally so that you can get all of your questions answered. You can get to know us a little bit about how we started, the kind of company we are, and how we operate. As I mentioned, we do not hire salespeople, so don't worry about, in crazy times of the day, people randomly calling. We don't do that. We set up appointments. There's no high-pressure sales at all. This is more of an educational process that we use and have used for the last 10 years. If you're interested in learning about this space and how it's a great stabilizer for a portfolio, how it's non-correlated to other assets, those are the things that you probably are best to talk to a financial planner on that. But when it comes to actual farming and the way we do it and what we do and how we've been doing it, those are the things, obviously, that I'll be able to address. So we're looking at scheduling our first Guatemala discovery tour sometime in the fall of this year for our clients. We'll have a trip shortly thereafter for people that are just considering and want to get more information. So put that on your calendar for us. Watch us. Make sure that you're signed up for our newsletter, and we'll keep you in tune of when we're taking a group of people up to the Petén area. I appreciate your time for listening. Thanks for your consideration. Once again, if you'd like to get on the reservation consideration list, send an email to info@precioustimber.com. Also share with us whether you're interested in 3, 6, 9, whatever number acreage. And I look forward to speaking with you and answering any questions that you have here very, very shortly. Thanks again, and you have a great day.